Aloha, beloved Ascension pioneers. Welcome to another one of my videos. The dog days are still not over here in Slovenia. It is very hot, and I've just climbed to this beautiful remoted hill above our beautiful Lake Bohin. And today's the 29th. It's the diamond alignment. It's the peak of that alignment, actually. It's the Star of David, the planetary Merkabah, empowering and strengthening our own personal vortex in Merkabah. And I want to talk a bit about this alignment and what I've received just before leaving this trip. I did write a short article about it, and still today when I'm gonna go after my hike, I'm gonna take a longer hike by this area, and I'm gonna go and return and swim in the lake, and I want to do some writing as well. But before that, I really was guided and inclined to do a video, and it would be about what I already received about this alignment and how our DNA is shifting. If you notice in your own body, when the DNA is shifting, and it is shifting for those of us who are walking this path and entering the new earth vibration, how you notice the DNA shifts in your body, it's like a subtle vibration, but actually very strong buzzing in your back. And I've always felt when people were saying to me that it's Kundalini, that it's just not. Because like I said to you guys, I was reading a book from Dolores, and they were describing that these buzzing frequencies, and when they're going up your spine, they're actually about DNA alteration. And I just noticed this and just said to myself, yeah, this is it, because I feel the same. And when the DNA is shifting, I wrote about this before in one of my articles that wrote about the spine as remember the cinematic writing about the spine, the role of the spine in our body, how it's like a trunk of the tree, and how it carries all the light forth. So through this spine, actually the DNA is being rewired, and it's like double helix DNA spiral that is shifting into a multidimensional DNA helix that we actually all have and all are. So with this diamond alignment, it's like the human race has these openings, like gateways, to really reconnect back with its original primary structure as the original human being, the light human being. So the divine human being template, the original human divine source genome, not the way it was manipulated after the fall. So the thing here being is the body is buzzing because the body's shifting its vibration, and it's opening to its multidimensional spectrum. And what I received is, when you have this, the Star of David, comprised of two triangles, like as above, so below. And the thing is, in the former, I was just doing meditation here before I started recording. In the former template, we used to have a 5-pointed star human template, and it just was a very different structure. And a lot of the human souls a lot of the human bodies were actually inhabited by volunteer souls. Well, volunteers, so to say, because actually they didn't want to be here, but they had this assignment to be here. So, like volunteers, let's say volunteers, quote unquote. A lot of them already came with this shifted DNA, and a lot of the young ones now are already coming with this new template. So I remember I was reading yesterday in Dolores' book again, this example when the subconscious, I call it superconscious of this person said that they are not to be treated by any human doctors or specialists because they haven't worked with that type of the body yet, because a lot of the volunteering souls actually already altered the body prior to entering it, so inhabiting it, so incarnating in this body. And a lot of these souls, the advanced souls, let's call them that, already had this done in their body, but they were just activating it. For the most part of the human race, it's still a mystery. It's still being done, it's still being worked on for those souls who are deciding to make the transition, so the shift into the new. And for a lot of us, this is nothing new, actually. We're just opening, so when we're aligning with these activation points, like entry points, like one of these is this diamond alignment, and there were many gateways before that, and there's still going to be many gateways. Each of them is going to bring a new spectrum, a new area of light, and new sets of abilities being activated. It's like an ongoing story, And with this 6-pointed star, it's like the template of our 6th dimensional or sixth body self. And this is a lot, like I said, connected with the Syrian alliance and with the Syrian principle. And there's no coincidence why the Syrian collective, a lot of them in many materials were referenced as the sixth dimensional collective. So the next level, I would say, you have the fifth, the five-pointed star alignment and body template, which I was seeing in my meditation when I was just opening up, I was connecting, and I was allowing the formation, the principles of the six-pointed star to flow through me, through my body. It's like the crease, descend through my body. And I was still seeing the five-pointed, so I was like seeing the five-pointed being rewritten, and then I said, no, I'm opening to the sixth even further and further, so it's the body that is shifting. Hey there, guys. So there were some parachuters coming to fly off from that cliff, so I needed to find another location to record. Just real quick to finish up, because I didn't want to say much. I just wanted to give you a brief visual of what's going on. So I wanted to also mention this elven star pendant. Remember from Lord of the Rings, it has to deal with the fairy realm. So elves, actually, not the fairies. The fairy realm is like this all-encompassing, around that. But talking about the elvish energy, the etheric energy, the realm and the space that elves belong to. So I wanted to also mention, going from the fifth to the sixth and the realm of seventh. So the seventh is the realm of the fairy. Actually, the etheric energy. So many people coming here. It's like really hard to record. I guess it's a very popular area. So anyway, this pendant has 6 pointed star. First I thought it was 7, but it has 6. So then I was thinking, my oracle deck from the fairies has 7, so it's this 7th elvish star, pointed star, and I feel this is the next step. So moving from the 6th, you move to the 7th, and then you have the realm of the elves, and that is the realm that I'm really connected with myself. So the 7th is, how they say 5 is from the humans, and 7 is the realm of fairies, because they also have wings. You can talk about this in many different segments, but everything has to do with the DNA and the opening of the DNA to different levels of our existence that already is. It's just we exist on different multidimensional levels, and it's kind of hard to comprehend this with the human mind. So when we're actually shifting in DNA, raising the DNA, we're becoming aware of that. But it's already that way. So we're becoming aware of it, and then we're bringing it into our essence, and then we're bringing it in our body, and we're doing body alchemy through soul alchemy, which is what I was talking about already. And basically 2 years I'm already addressing all these things, and now it's just like all coming together, all adding up. And sometimes, we feel this void because the DNA, when it's altering its state of this fine essence, and sometimes we come across this void because this DNA, when it's shifting, it's creating this whole new template of blank slate. And sometimes we might feel this void and we don't always know what to do next. And I'm really seeing that with a lot of people now, not just myself. It's like this grand void when the DNA is shifting so much that the consciousness, of course, is shifting, because DNA is representative of the consciousness. DNA, it's like the blueprint of the consciousness when it comes into a certain form. When you are in complete union with all that is, when you're in a complete source state, there's just no such thing as a substance. You're just light. And therefore, when everything spreads out, it becomes more refined, and therefore the DNA gets involved. The DNA is how everything is brought into creation. So there's different levels to it. So in this void now, when it's coming up for us, is there to be filled with the new, and we don't always know what to do with it, like I've said many times. And we got to be really patient and really still, and that's why I'm moving around the place so much now, in the mountains and the lakes and the hills and the valleys and everything. Because it's very important to be in that space when you're with yourself, when you're in nature, when you can hear those answers. Because it's not just about you. how to call this, your prayers and your, your intentions, but then how you follow them through listening, really following what comes through your listening state. So if you're asking and intending, and then you're always in this space when there's no silence, you just can't do that. So therefore I'm creating this for myself, because a lot of times now I feel this void as well with this DNA shifting. And we're saying, okay, so if we're getting more awareness and more consciousness is being upgraded that way, so how can we feel this void? Because it's a part of the process, you see. When you connect to yourself, like really deeply, you will understand. You will know, because you will feel what it serves for. Although the ego part that's still trying to fuse with the soul, it's trying still to become one, still doesn't understand. But when you silence it, but when you console it, and when you just tell it that everything's going to be okay, because it is the way it's supposed to be, then you're no longer in that seeking mode, and you understand why everything is being altered this way. How everything is being done through frequency, not just us doing soul alchemy work, but we have a lot of assistance right now. And many times I've been talking about my light activations during sleep time. So there was a huge amp like this. And in the sleep mode, we're doing many things, and we're remembering our abilities, we're traveling certain distances and many different, many different vistas we're exploring. And this is very important also to get enough sleep, because a lot of work of rewiring is being done then. So, like I said, we're moving from that 5th pointed star to the 6th pointed star, and the 7th is next, and it's always an infinite expansion. Ah, guys. Sometimes I don't have the words for everything that I'm feeling, and it's kind of hard to transcribe it to words, actually. So I'm just going to go on hiking. I'm going to see if anything else comes to mind. But to end up, I would like to give you the visual. It's like when you are making your sacred ritual on this day, or even beyond, because it's not just today. Today is just a peak. And like I've read somewhere, this is like the 13th diamond alignment, and there's not going to be one for the next 100 years. So it looks like we've been culminating, and it's no coincidence. We're in the year 2013, and this is the 13th one, and it's like all adding up. It's like we are being initiated into our source self, the way we were designed to be as true light humans, divine human beings. And then everything, when you look at it, has its sense and a meaning, and it's always beautifully intertwined in this creation. And if we're silent enough, we can see it, and we can really feel it. But to give you the visual for the ending, you can just close your eyes for a few moments, breathe in, intend to be always aligned with your divine human being template, with your true origin, with your true divine genome, and then you can open up and imagine, this light pouring in, and these sacred geometry patterns, and one of them being, of course, the diamond, the Star of David, the 6-pointed star, and you can feel how it's, descending into your body, and how it's lifting up your vibration, and how it's strengthening your personal vortex, and how your Merkabah and the planetary Merkabah are one, and how you're shifting more and more into unity with this integration. And then just ask it to be the change, the shifts to be aligned with your best, highest good. It's because sometimes if too much frequency goes through us, it's not good, because the body can take it. That's why I'm so guided to exercise really a lot, and to even do some hands, arms work, and I have a bit of the muscle ache, but that's good. That's all fine. It's stretching. And it's really good to be so active, because the body needs to be strong enough to hold that much light. So it's a lot about holding the light. We can open up to light, but can we hold it? That's why our DNA will always shift in accordance to how much light we can carry in our body. Because our soul self would never overwhelm us. It would never go in a sense of wiring us too much. A lot of the people who are more into the New Age, I remember they were commenting on my posts, and they were saying, oh, there's never too much to handle, oh, we can never be overwhelmed. And that's not true. Sometimes when you push yourself into a situation, then you just think it's too much to handle. It's not at that time. But there are moments when you know that, Why you're not receiving more is because your body, the physical, can't handle it. Like I said, the soul's already there. It's the physical that needs to contain so much light, needs to hold so much light. And whoever is going to say, oh, you can contain anything, you're source being, yes, we are. But the body, I'm sorry, the body is still shifting. The body's still not, what some New Agers would like to believe it is. It's just, it needs to be very understood, from a principle of understanding how the body was built, how human genome was structured at the beginning, and what it started to be really in the middle, and what it's coming to now. So it's like this full fruition. It's like this cycle. And it's kind of like when you jump into the water and you go to the deepest depths and you find many things, and then you eventually have to go up the water again, and this is what's happening. It's like a metaphor for what's happening. And if you can create your own visuals, because it's not about the visuals, it's just about the visuals are helping you to focus the energy, to focus the intent. Then you just breathe through it, and that's all. Many people think they need to do something when a certain alignment happens. The only thing I feel back, when that happens is to be alone, to go to nature, to hike or whatever, to just be alone in nature. That's all that I feel. There's no other doing. There's no specific meditation, or there's no specific rules. It's just surrendering to being and allowing the frequency to unfold through you, but you've got to give it enough space. So work your body in a way that you treat it well. Even the food, how you feed yourself, is very important to how much light you can carry. A lot of people will say, I can transmute anything. I can feed myself with anything because I'm source being. Again, this is not fully true, because you need to support the body so it can contain enough light. And then, we'll see what happens. But it's just many things are myths. They're not totally this way. We got to really understand how body alchemy works. First we understand the soul alchemy, and then we got to understand the body alchemy as well. This is what the process of DNA shifting is really about. So when the DNA is altering, we got to give it a proper support, And when I'm guided to do things this way, this summer, really experiencing a lot of these adventures, and it's all for that reason. It's all to really transcend all of that deeply rooted, and to move into the next, to move into the fully free human being self, and allow the DNA process to unfold through me. This is how I choose to go through it. You might choose something else, but again, it needs to come through you. And that's it. It's very simple, guys. Enjoy the diamond alignment. Enjoy, the rushes of energy, especially through the spine when you feel the DNA alteration, and especially when I'm touching things in nature. When I'm just sitting and starting to meditate, it always starts happening. So the more time that we give it, the more it has, focus to be shifting this way. Because, whenever you devote yourself to something, you put energy there. So you create a sacred space for it. That's the whole reason. It's not about a certain way you do it. It's just that you put devotion into it. So take care, and I'm leaving you with some beautiful heaven on earth landscape viewings. So really enjoy. Hello there, guys. Again, I've slept under the mountains. This time in my car, it was so pleasant. This time it was so different. It was a whole new experience. And look, waking up in this. And there's my car. It's just so nice. Yeah, I'm gonna take a hike. A short hike now. In this beautiful trail. Ooh, we don't like that. I'm gonna take a hike here. It's actually here by our most famous lake, which is, there beneath that. And I'm gonna take a hike that goes through a few mountains overlooking the lake, and I'm gonna take a few hours hike and then return and bathe in the lake. It's early in the morning, that's why my voice is like this, but I wanted to share this beautiful moment with you, with those of you who don't have this privilege to be in surroundings like that. And I have to say something as well. Today is, of course, 29th, a very special day, and zooming in the mountains a bit as well. I wanted to add that yesterday was it's like a heat wave now, in here, and all over the world, as I'm hearing. But oh, look at that, it's horsies. I love them. It's so cute. And there were sheep here before in the morning. yeah, I want to say that the sky was so clear and it was so hot. It was such a pleasant experience. And I was standing here in the middle of this road when I came here. And I was just looking at the skies up above. And the stars were lining up. And I saw the Milky Way, you know, belt and everything. And I was just mesmerized because the sky was just so amazing. I didn't see it like for 2 years this way. You know, in the city, you just can't see it this way. And of course, I'll get a chance to now when I'm moving, because I'll be living in a small town. But the thing is, I was just so mesmerized. I was standing here and I was saying to myself, can it get better, any better than this? Can it get any better than this? And it was such a warm night, so pleasant. And by the lake, when I was meditating there, was so still. I mean, it was a total opposite experience to what I've experienced, you know, last Monday with the foxes and everything. And you know, we experience all things, and it's all in the mix. It's just a little bit of everything. So it's just how it is. It's just what I wanted to share with you. And there's, look, there's this lovely bench there. Bench with a view. Now there's a car coming. Hello. Well, anyway, this is it. There's all ranges of experiences, and just before I went, I received the card, finish what you've started. And I'm like, yeah, I need to finish. I need to have a pleasant experience to kind of counterpart the last experience. And this experience has been nothing but and now for the grand finale. Ah, let's see the view. Just managed to hike up there, up here. Yeah, it's like this viewing point. So let's see. This is where I saw a buzzard back then, a while ago when I was here. So there's my spot to sit, meditate, and view this beautiful, beautiful heart-shaped lake and mountains in the distance. Oh, my soul so yearned for this. To see this view again. And above the lake, there's this ring of the mountains going all the way down. Ah, it's so gorgeous. I hope to see you here one day, because actually this is one of our most famous touristic destinations, Lake Bahin. And because a lot of people come here, hoping you might one day as well. And there's so much gonna happen, you know, in the near future. We don't even know everything yet. We haven't even seen the best yet. So I'm gonna do my meditation. Yeah. Okay, guys. I was also guided to give you a short visual, give you a short activation for the peak of the alignment, and for us to receive the highest possible energies that we can hold in our body right now. So take a deep breath, enjoy this landscape or the mountains or anything else, or close your eyes and just feel the top of your head, how it's opening to the higher realms and higher energies and your higher presence. The soul and the spirit connecting, flowing through you, and all is alive with consciousness. And then just feel how you wish to go even higher, even more expanded, and breathe that desire inside. And now imagine a sky pointed towards the sky pointed triangle that's descending. So it's pointing above and it's descending from the sky into your crown and moving inside your body. It's like pure white color, and lots of translucent etheric energy. Now imagine one opposite pointed triangle moving upward from down below, from Mother Earth, from the core of the earth, moving upward, descending upward, and meeting the first triangle, joining together as one. And as they merge, they create this beautiful sacred star, the Star of David, the diamond-shaped star, the 6-pointed star, and it fuses right in the center of your body. And you can feel it expand all and all around. And now you feel how it's becoming bigger, how it's pulsating, how it's amplifying and strengthening your personal vortex. And then see how it's reaching the realms of the planetary Merkabah, and how they're joined, they're interlocked, how they coexist in unity, so that you can be joined with the path of the ascending planet that you are right now on. And just feel and intend that you can hold that light. Listen to the wind. Feel every breath that you're taking. Feel the pulsating beats of your heart. And keep expanding. And now ask all your soul fragments to come into wholeness right in the middle of the 6-pointed star. Ask all your original DNA encodings of your perfected light human being, the divine human genome template. Ask them to reactivate within you, and intend that your DNA is shifting in a new form and shape. Feel how you're breathing that spiral of the new DNA, and how that spiral goes out every pointed top of the 6-pointed star. How the star is beaming out, and as above, so below. As you're beaming out, you're being beamed into from the whole cosmos as well. And here in this pulsating beats, and right in the middle of the star, you feel now how the two come into one. You feel your inner integration, your sacred marriage within, your twin soul essence, and you fully, firmly activated from deep within, ready to be lived without as well. As above, so below, and as within, so without. Keep breathing. Feel deep gratitude for all the process, while you're inviting all the energies in, all the cosmic rays, all the alliances of the star brothers and sisters, receiving all the support that is infinitely and abundantly provided for. Enjoy your expansion. Enjoy the infinite marriage. Unity. Okay guys, just one quick view from the top, okay? Very windy today. Can you hear the wind? And there's the lake in the distance.